Dear students, in this video you will learn about introduction of AC servo motor and construction of AC servo motor. First we will see introduction of AC servo motor. AC servo motors mostly we are using in low power servo mechanism applications. Basically, AC servo motor is also called two-phase induction motor. The output of AC servo motor varies from fraction of watts to few hundred watts. So, that is 0.5 watts to and 100 watts. So, fraction of watts to few hundred of watts it will varies. The capacity of servo motor it will varies from few watts to hundreds of watts. The operating frequency of the servo motor is 50 Hz to 400 Hz. So, basically servo motor consisting of two parts, stator part and rotor part. So, stator which carries two windings, stator which carries two windings. The two windings are uniformly distributed in stator by 90 degrees in each other. So, the displacement between each winding is 90 degrees. So, one winding is called main winding or fixed winding or reference winding, and other winding is called control winding. So, servo motor consisting of two windings, one is main winding, other winding is control winding. The phase difference between main winding and control winding is 90 degrees. So, this is phase difference, the phase displacement is 90 degrees each other. The windings are 90 degrees away from each other. The control winding is 90 degrees out of phase with respect to the applied voltage to the reference winding or main winding. So, this is necessary to obtain rotating magnetic field in servo motor. So, why we are making 90 degrees each other, the phase difference between main winding and control winding 90 degrees phase displacement is to produce the rotating magnetic field inside the servo motor. Next, so we can see the servo motor windings. So, control winding and reference winding, or we can call it as a main winding. The phase displacement each other is 90 degrees. Okay. So, after stator winding, so rotor is placed in between stator windings, rotor is placed. Rotor also we can see in this diagram. To reduce the loading on the amplifier, the input impedance, that is the impedance of the windings, are increased by tuning the capacitor in parallel with the control winding. So, to reduce the impedance, input impedance, so what we are doing? So, we are using tuning capacitor in parallel with the control winding. Okay. So, now servo motors rotors are classified into two different types. One is squirrel cage type and drag cup type rotor. So, rotors are classified in generally in induction motors, rotors are classified in squirrel cage type and slip ring type, right. So, here similarly here, so we have two types of rotors in servo motor. One is a squirrel cage type rotor, other one is drag cup type rotor. Coming to the squirrel cage type rotor. So, squirrel cage type rotor has aluminum bars or shorted at end rings. So, aluminum rotor bars are short circuited at end rings. So, with the help of the end rings. The overall construction looks like a cage. Overall construction looks like a cage. The construction is similar to the squirrel cage type rotor. So, squirrel cage type rotor for the three phase induction motor. Three phase induction motor, how squirrel cage type rotor is there? Similar way the servo motor squirrel cage type rotor also will be there. Okay. So, you can see the squirrel cage type rotor construction in this figure. So, it has aluminum bars are short circuited end rings. So, it has small diameter, it is not big diameter, lengthy diameter, it has small diameter and large length. This is because to reduce the inertia, aluminum conductors to use to keep the weight small. The resistance is high to keep torque speed characteristics as linear as possible. Resistance of the rotor is high due to for getting linear characteristics. Okay. So, air gap is kept very small, so which reduce the magnetism current. The cage type rotor uses to screwed bars as shown in this figure. So, aluminum bars are placed approximately parallel to each other to produce uniform, to circulate uniform magnetic field, and these bars are short circuited at end rings. So, to reduce inertia further, the drag cup type rotor construction is used. So, this is a drag cup type rotor construction. So, you can see how the drag cup is arranged in between stator parts. So, there are two air gaps in this construction. The drag cup is made up of non-magnetic material like copper, aluminum or an alloy. The slots rotor laminations in this construction is wound for as many number of poles as possible, so that operating speed of the motor is very low. So, in this type of construction, the operating speed is very low. Okay. So, such construction is used for low power applications. So, low power applications, the drag cup type rotor will be used. Okay. So, next one, operating principle of servo motor. So, generally operating principle of a servo motor is normal to the 3-phase induction motor. That is, a servo motor works on the electromagnetic induction principle. It is similar to the 3-phase induction motor. The controlled voltage is applied to the controlled winding. So, servo motor will have two windings, main winding and control winding. The control voltage, so where it is applied? Controlled winding, and voltage is applied to the reference winding. So, voltage is applied, normal voltage is applied to the reference winding. So, these voltages are 90 degrees out of phase. Hence, the flux produced by current to the controlled winding is also 90 degrees out of phase with respect to the flux produced by the reference winding. So, these two are are 90 degrees phase shift. So, these two phase difference will be there, and flux produced in these windings also 90 degrees. The phase difference between controlled winding flux and main winding flux will be equal to 90 degrees. The resultant flux in the air gap is hence rotating flux swaps over the rotor. The EMF gets induced in the rotor. The resultant flux in this air gap will be swaps in this sweeps. So, it will changes, then EMF will induce in the windings. The induced EMF circulates the current through the rotor. So, induced EMF, how induction motor have rotor current, similar way in servo motor also will produce rotor current. The rotor current produces its own flux called rotor flux. The flux interacts with rotating magnetic field producing a torque on the rotor, and rotor starts rotating. So, once rotor current flows, rotor torque will develop. Due to a rotor torque, rotor will start rotate. So, it is similar to the 3-phase induction motor. So, working principle, operation, everything, it is similar to the 3-phase induction motor, but the main difference is stator consisting of two winding, controlled winding and reference winding. So, in 2-phase AC servo motor, the polarities of controlled voltage determines the direction of rotation. So, according to the controlled voltage direction, so this AC servo motor will rotate. A change in sign of controlled voltage reverse, the direction of the rotation of the motor also will be reverse. So, in 3-phase induction motor, RYB connection, RYB terminals will be there. If you change any 2 terminals, so if you change any 2 phases in 3-phase induction motor, the direction of the induction motor will change. Similarly here, controlled voltage direction, if you change, controlled voltage polarities, if you change, you can change the direction of the AC servo motor, right. So, since the reference voltage is constant, the torque and regular speed are fractions of the controlled voltage. So, this is about AC servo motor construction and operation. So, this is very important question, explain AC servo motor construction and operation. So, in next video we will see about features of AC servo motor and applications of AC servo motor. Thank you everyone.